Thank you, Chair. Conference. Let me take you back 18 months. Like many of you, you were here with me at the ICC in Birmingham. And here we were debating an emergency motion on the Digital Economy Bill. That motion was accepted, and we sent the message clearly that this conference condemns website blocking and disconnecting internet connection as a response to copyright infringement. It condemned the threat to freedom, the dignity and the well-being of individuals, businesses and communities from the termination of their internet connections. And it condemned the Digital Economy Bill for focusing on illegal file sharing rather than on nurturing creativity. Now, forward to getting to the modern day. During these 18 months, we have been working on bringing you this paper and bringing you this policy with many colleagues like Neville Farmer, a creator and artist who has spoken well to lay out the case for Amendment 1. But it is not these amendments that I wish to focus on. Today, you have two options in front of you. Option A calls for the repeal of the parts of the Digital Economy Now Act, which allows the targeting of internet connections of households, libraries and schools. It calls for the repeal of the sections which deal with blocking of websites with injunctions, unworkable in practice and easily abused. But option B calls for the latter only. Conference, I implore you to vote for option A. And it is not just me standing before you. As you heard Julian Huppert say, the Special Rapporteur at the United Nations has singled out the UK and France due to their disconnection policies. What a disgrace that the United Nations should single out the UK as having a bad record on human rights. And also the Consumer Focus, a statutory consumer watchdog, opposes these sections. They highlight how this bill has been rushed into law after the election had been called and the House of Commons was not allowed to scrutinise this bill. Remember that this bill was introduced in the dying days of a discredited Parliament. They tell the story of the presumption of guilt and how the cutting off of a network connection is simply disproportionate for a civil offence. Disconnecting a household from the internet deprives all members of the household from access to essential public and private services, in which cases no offline equivalent exists anymore. They show the evidence for the impact of these provisions are based on research undertaken by or for the trade associations which lobbied for the Act itself. Some of you here today will have been approached by various lobbyists. I myself had this paper characterised, saying it is liberal to support the rights of people who benefit from their work. Nothing could be further from the truth. Line 12 states this explicitly. What is illiberal is the arbitrary punishment of those who have never committed a crime, who have never been arrested, and who have never been to court. People who are being punished for the actions of others. But let me be clear. Internet piracy is wrong. It has a real impact on thousands of people up and down the UK. But let us not be swayed into supporting legislation which has been disgracefully enacted, won't work, and is morally bankrupt. Conference, I call on you to vote for option A. Thank you.